Welcome back, everybody. It's Nebula Jazz. So let's see what happens here with this giant ass Quinn beast. Is your plan here just to fight this thing, Quinn? It's huge and terrifying.
Yeah. So my plan is, what I try to do is I jump, I try to jump over him and onto his back because I imagine he's much bigger than me, at least a Quinn and a half bigger. Yep. So I try to jump on his back and like, even though it's brutally shocking him, I want to remove his collar.
Oh, okay.
I want to tear it off of him.
Okay. All right.
So even if it shocks me a little bit, I'm down. I'm down to rip this thing off.
So we'll do a conflict. He wants to. He has been conditioned. He has been programmed to destroy you. You are the embodiment of all the bad things that has happened to him, in much the same way that society believes that you are all the reasons that everything is so bad on this planet. So his goal is to defeat you. In this conflict, if you win, if you beat him in the fight, you want to what? Like what will you get if you win? At the end of this fight, how will you know that you won it if you do?
I'll know I've won it when he no longer is attacking me. I have a strategy in my.
Okay, so you want to subdue him.
I want to subdue him.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure so that if I partway through, if I give, right, if I'm like, okay, he doesn't fight, I don't want to fight anymore, I know I'm going to lose, I'm going to give. So here's something else that maybe could happen. Okay. And same with you. Like if you at some point, if you realize like you're losing, you can say, okay, how about instead of destroying me, how about this happens instead? I'm going to give early, just so that we know. Okay. Now, Aurora, and Rex, you are part of this conflict if you wish to be, and so you can back Quinn up. You can do your own things. You can fight the thing yourself if you want to. Same as any old thing. So Quinn, let me just see. I think Rex, you actually get to go first. Let me just add an order for the beast.
Dude, is anybody else picking up on the vibe that this chick was obsessed with Quinn? Because I am.
Yeah, I'm not saying she spent 50 years trying to engineer a super Quinn, but whatever.
Look, I think maybe all of this started because she was real sad. He didn't want to be her mate. That's, I think.
Oh, did you reject her like for prom or something?
Listen, it's not all about mating, okay? There are other things at stake here.
I don't know.
Other things at stake. So there are other kinds of feelings that a snake lady who's 20 feet tall and a angry lizard guy who betrayed his people can have for each other. All right, it doesn't have to be a sex thing.
But there's a lot of sexual tension.
But mostly it's sex.
Yeah,
it's mostly sex. Most of the time it is. Yes, that's true in the universe. Yep. Okay, so Rex, this beast bursts from the thing. You see this terrible monster Quinn come running forward, ready to shred the tinier, weaker version of Quinn that lies before it. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna assist in the combat.
Okay, and how are you gonna do that?
Are we to assume that like the Viper assassins fled the room when he was released and?
They're standing nearby, but you can't tell what they're like. They look ready for action, but their job is to do their ladies' bidding. You could roll to see like what they're up to or what their deal is.
Let's do it.
Yeah, to kind of get a handle on them. Okay, sure. Make a careful roll. Trying to keep everything all.
I would prefer a clever roll.
I'm sure you would, but you're not being clever.
I'm definitely being clever.
What would you like me to read what clever means? Do you want to tell you? I know there's a lot of overlap between the two. I'm just being a dick. Careful is like taking stock of a situation.
What do I need?
Sure you're ready for stuff. Clever is taking advantage of something in an unusual or interesting way by being like witty and quick thinking. So you're not really doing this. You don't have the opportunity to be clever because you don't really have a full understanding of what's happening.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you can get an understanding, but right now you're not quite ready to be clever. Yeah, so here's the difference. So careful is paying attention to detail, taking your time to do the job right. Clever is thinking fast, solving problems quickly, and accounting for complex variables. So clever, if you were like trying to MacGyver something, that would be clever. But this feels like...
in this case, wouldn't it be like a quick approach then?
Quick generally is like physically quick.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I said to you like there's a damaged power generator in the corner, and you were like, oh, I'm going to grab a wire from the power generator and throw it in the water that's at the creature's feet. That's clever. But noticing that the generator is there in the first place, that's careful.
Okay, let's do it. What do we need? 2?
Yeah. What are you trying to do? You just want me to tell you what they're up to, or are you trying to learn an aspect about them?
I don't know. I guess it'd be worth trying to learn an aspect about them.
Yeah.
I think Rex would use the, because Rex's idea is that he's going to take out these 2 guards while Quinn fights.
Okay.
So I think first things first, during the commotion, he would immediately size up the guards, see what they're doing. Are they like aware of the situation? Are they scared? Are they,
Yeah. Okay.
to get
So yeah, as a part of it, you're getting an idea for what they're up to, and then also you're figuring out that like one of their aspects. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll. And I'm gonna say difficulty to figure them out. Let's say difficulty 3, because they're sneaky assassin types. So. Okay, so you got -1. That was not a good roll. To be fair, you need quite a good roll to make that work.
I do have a 0 in careful, so
It's true. It's
not
true.
my strong point.
Yeah. Would you like to spend, or can I? So that if you fail on discovering an aspect, I get to create an aspect that I can use against you once for free. I get a boost on it.
Is that because it's more than 3?
It's because you fail. Like if you fail, you don't create or discover, or you do, but your opponent gets a free invocation on a scene aspect. It's just because you failed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can tell you what it is, and I'll get a free invocation on that, I guess. Yeah, that's how that works. So do you want to know what it is, but I get essentially a free fate point, or are you okay just like not having a full handle on the situation?
No. What I'm gonna do is use one of the gimme shock treatment.
Okay.
And say when Aurora short circuits Nega Quinn and he starts like roaring uncontrollably, that it like throws them off.
Oh, so they're distracted?
Yeah, and buys me time to size up the situation.
Sure, yeah, they're not being as sneaky as they would have because they're not used to fighting around a giant overshocked lizard man. That's great. Yeah, that works.
And then I'm gonna compel my own aspect of I can feel it in the air tonight, and I can smell that they're incredibly uncomfortable in this situation. They're scared.
Okay, so you're gonna invoke 2 aspects.
I'm gonna invoke 2 aspects. Yeah,
to bring you up to 3.
To bring it up to 3.
Okay. All right. So that makes your failure into a success, which means you let's see. Yeah, you tie. So you treat it as a success of looking for an existing aspect. Okay. All right. So here we go. You get they only have the 1, and they are they have the aspect Sworn to the Empress. And you get a free invoke on it at some point. And the way that works, to give you some information, they will follow her commands to their death. And she is what they care about. They don't care about Quinn. They don't care about you. They don't care about Aurora or the building or anything. They care about her,
Cool.
and like making sure that their mistress survives and that she continues to exist. So yeah, Rex, you can sense the loyalty between them, the hierarchy of their control, and they're not as good at being hidden as they normally would be because there's this Nega Quinn running forward.
But I think Rex can see them in the state of panic. They start to shuffle towards the Empress.
Yeah,
in case something
totally.
goes awry, and he realizes that really that's all they care about.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
Okay, so Quinn, you and the beast crash into one another. It comes running forward and takes a swipe at you with its mighty paw. So let's roll. It is attacking you forcefully. Let's see how it does. It's a terrible roll. That's a terrible roll. I got a 6.
I will definitely try to forcefully overcome this guy because it's just we're not like this ain't a flashy fight or a quick fight. This is two dudes like going at it hardcore. And I'm trying to just get on his back. So
okay. So you're gonna defend. So first of all, you got to defend from the big six, the big attack that he's coming in, and then on your turn you can attack back. But how do you defend yourself? Do you defend by like forcefully? Would be like just like grabbing him and like fighting it out?
Yeah. I definitely like. Let's see how. I think no matter what, he would initially go in forcefully, just test the strength of this guy, and if it doesn't work out, maybe change his dealing with him. But at the beginning, no matter what, it's definitely two brute strength.
Yeah, so you crash into each other like the tide against the shore. Okay, roll forceful to defend yourself. All right, you got a 3. What are you gonna do?
I want to use Disgraced Guardian because I'm back where it all began, and I'm like super pissed, and I'm ready to go nuts on this dude. And I would also like to use Destroyer of the Great Library, because if I can destroy a library, I can destroy this dude too.
Nice.
So
sorry, I missed the first one. I was making a note. So you're using Destroying the Library, and what was the other one?
Disgraced Guardian, because I'm back where it all began. So this is showdown time.
Okay. So you use two of your 4 points and negate the attack. What does that look like? So he's coming in to like slash you with these big terrible claws. You defend yourself forcefully, and then you get to make an attack. So describe how you defend yourself, and then go ahead and describe what you do to attack.
Yeah. So he comes in with these claws, and I think he sort of slams the claws don't even connect. Our bodies just slam into each other, and so we launched each other so fast and powerful that before he can even like slash down, we're already like smacking into each other.
Nice.
And I sort of try to force his head down. So my attack is to sort of grab the back of his head and sort of force it down, because I'm trying to rip the shock collar off. That's my objective right now. So I push him down. And I try to rip it off.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and attack forcefully. Okay. And I will defend the same way. So he's roaring and trying to like throw you off of him. We're gonna
be here all night if I can't get.
Yeah, I think he just grabs you off the back and slams you into the ground. I mean, a 2 to a 7 here. Failing on an attack just means that it doesn't happen, so you don't have to worry about matching me or like trying to climb up to.
Don't worry. I'm saving those points so I don't get the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah.
Good.
So he grabs you and like throws you on the ground, and I think for a second while you like climb up on top of him, it's like you're literally looking into your own eyes. There's this just huge eye you've seen many a time in the mirror, but it's in this terrible beast, and he grabs you and hurls you to the stone below, and the sand
and
kind of vibrates.
And then you start to sadly slap each other back and forth while tragic music plays in the background. That's for all you Pokemon fans out there.
Aurora, what are you gonna do?
Oh man, I'm going to try to do. Oh man, so I see Rex sort of checking out the assassin guard dudes, and I obviously see Quinn going at it with this guy that I'm shocking. I think for a second, as I see Quinn like reach down for the collar, I'm gonna unactivate the shock, because if I see that happening, I'm not gonna shock my friend as well. But then oh man, can I make an aspect?
Well, so that shock, you're not in control of the collar, right? You hacked it, so it's like just going crazy. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't deactivate. Okay, cool. Then whatever.
Now it won't just shock him by accident. Like I can still use that aspect, but not for free. And you guys have one more free shot on it, so you should probably keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm gonna do instead is give a boost to Quinn if I can, to where Sparky's gonna go in, and whenever Quinn tries to hold this guy down, Sparky's gonna jump on top of him as well. So I guess
Sparky comes running in to help you.
Rolling in, like he's gonna like run in full speed, this giant robot dog, and then he's gonna just transform or roll into a ball and just like cannonball him and try to like get him on the ground. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's what I would like to do.
Okay. So make a forceful roll.
Okay.
Sparky's pretty little. Let's call it difficulty 3.
Are you serious? No. If I
So-
fail, that doesn't mean like you get something, right?
I get one like free shot, like boost, basically.
Ah, man. This sucks. Can I reroll?
You can spend a point to reroll, yeah.
Listen, I am the happy-go-lucky mechanic of Alaxatron, and I'm pretty sure I know my dog well enough to know that he can do this, regardless of how little he is. Size does not mean everything, okay?
So I think Sparky comes running up, jumps at him. He swats it out of the air. Sparky goes like flying, crashes into a pillar, falls down. We see Sparky get up, shake his head, look up at you, and because you're all like happy-go-lucky, you're like, "Go get him, boy! You can do it!" And he's like nods his head, barks
And he
happily,
wags
and
his
like
tail and
charges in.
wiggles, and then he like growls again and then goes in again, like
All right,
it's a
reroll.
game.
Yeah, totally. There you go.
Hey!
All right. So I'm gonna give you. You've got only Quinn can use this. This is a one-time Quinn boost. So Sparky's in your corner.
Does that require me to use one of my?
No, it doesn't cost you any points. You just use it once and it goes away.
Bless
So
you.
free-
Bless
it's
you,
a
Pocket.
free-
You've also got
Yeah.
2 uses of Return of the Blixnor and one of the shock
Oh, don't
treatment.
you worry. Don't you worry.
Got lots of
I
points.
got this. It's all up here. I'm ready.
And so,
I'm
so
ready.
what we're seeing here, if we put a pause, director's commentary, what we're seeing here is how in Fate the only way to overcome something with I don't know a +6 in forceful is to get your friends to back you up, create lots of aspects, find a way to narratively tie the whole scene together, and then just punch the thing in the face with a huge
Right.
bonus. So Rex, what would you like to do? You've got to handle them where the Vipers are. They are still like they're clutched around the Empress. She seems like just so stoked to see this fight happen. She's just waiting for Quinn to get his. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run and attack the Empress.
Okay, sure.
Rex realizes under his breath, he's kind of like, "You can't kill this bitch, but I can." And then he just beelines for the Empress, not
I need to know
necessarily
her
to attack the
stats.
Empress initially. He's trying to draw the attention of the guards. And I'm gonna
Okay.
attack like the first guard that steps in my face.
Right. So what's really
with
happening
fire
here?
punches.
What's really happening here is you're not attacking the Empress. You are drawing the guards' attention to you, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah,
And on this, you can use that if you need to. You can use that free Sworn to the Empress boost to get a +2 or reroll if you need to. So if you're just attacking, you can go ahead and make an attack. It sounds like you're attacking quickly.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, so you got 2. I will roll to oppose. And I'm gonna roll with their. This is what they do. They're defending the Empress, so they get their regular bonus. All right, I got a 4.
cool.
So
all right,
you don't you
well,
don't
if we
personally
tie,
have
I
any
just-
points,
if
but
we tie, I create an aspect, right?
you've got no. If you tie on an attack, I think you just get a boost on your next attack.
Okay.
Otherwise, you deal damage.
Cool. So yeah, let's use Sworn to the Empress.
Okay. So their loyalty distracts them, and
Yeah.
they buy exactly into what you want to do. So that would tie up the defense and the attack.
Yeah, and Rex just dives into this brawl with. Was it 2 guards?
Mm-hmm.
However many guards? Somewhere.
There's 2 you can see. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
And what do you want to call your boost for next turn? Because you have a boost like distracted assassins, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you'll get to use it once, and they're distracted. They're looking after. As with so many.
Actually, let's call it Eyes Up Here.
Okay. All right.
That was
And
pretty
it's
good.
great. It's great because they're distracted mostly because you're a threat to the Empress, but like maybe a little bit because you're so cute. They're like, wait, who's that hot shark man trying to kill the Empress? So they're definitely like, their attention is on you for sure. And so Rex, you have 1 use of Eyes Up Here on your next action if you want to use it.
Cool.
All right. So the beast that attempts to tear Quinn apart. I'm gonna go ahead and have it roll. So yeah, so Quinn, it's throwing you on the ground. It brings up both hands in a hammer strike to crush you under its big meaty beast fists. So it lunges down, and I get a
Jesus
big. I get an 8. All right. What do you do to defend? Big, huge fists. Now remember, you can take a few hits. Stress will go away, but you can take a couple of hits before it really starts to do too much.
Yeah. I want to try and can I try to stop it with can I try to push back against his fists?
Yeah, you can
totally
like Atlas that shit. Like just throw your hands up and like. Argh. Yep. Yeah. So defend forcefully. Okay. All right. So you're looking at a 3 overage. Do you just take the 3 stress box?
Yeah, I'll take the 3.
Because that'll go away right after the fight. So
yeah, I'll take the 3 stress box.
So I'll let you narrate it. What does it look like? So his fists come down. You leap to your feet. Throw your hands above you. Does he push you into the floor?
Yeah. It's the old trope of you see in the camera the fist come down and then hands grab the fist. Cut to the foot slowly moving back in the sand as it creates a little divot.
He's pushing you back slightly. Yeah.
Yeah. All the tropes in this scene, and but he doesn't. He's stopped, and it's even though he's bigger, and stronger, I'm still unwilling to let him beat the shit out of me. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Wicked. So you can go ahead and make your attack. So it's your turn, Quinn. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So I wanna sort of push him back and again try to jump on him to release the collar.
Okay. All right. So you're I guess you're attacking, right? It's all part of the fight, but yeah, it can be. How do you so you're trying to do this quick, or what stat do you want to use here, and how is it that stat?
I want to you know what? Let's try to quickly. I want to duck under him and up behind him again. So that's probably quick, I think.
Yeah, it sounds quick to me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Jesus Christ.
Not a good roll. No. But he can't really defend forcefully for this, right? You're trying to dodge him. He's going to defend with clever. He's going to try to grab you where he thinks you're going. He's going to try to grab you.
Just hoping he's an idiot.
It's like watching someone try to catch a fly, right? Where he's just watching you and he's rah, rah, lunging at you as you jump around trying to get on him. So yeah, he is not very clever.
Negatives, please. Negatives. Give me negatives.
Oh yeah!
All right. So you beat him by 1. Do you want? I can just fill one of my one of his stress boxes. Do you want to spend any points on this, or do you want to wait until you've got a bigger hit?
I want to wait, but I want to make sure that by beating him here, I at least get behind him and onto him again. If that
sure. I mean, narratively, you're moving around and jumping on him and all that. So yeah, that's fine. So he takes the stress. He's trying to grab at you, and you run up onto his back, and he's trying to grab you and roaring.
Great.
Cool. Okay, Aurora.
Oh man. I think I'm gonna turn my attention to what while Sparky went over and helped Quinn. I'm gonna turn my attention to what Rex is doing by going after the Empress. And oh man, can I discover an aspect for us about her?
You want to discover one of her aspects?
I feel like I'm being the support right now, but Aurora can't just run into a battle of brutes. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna.
No,
work.
I mean that's great. That's your job. Totally.
Yeah. So I'd like to discover an aspect about her, very specifically.
Okay, sure.
Her being 20 feet tall and intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, she's a shadowy figure. I don't know how much you're gonna be able to figure out about her, but you can go ahead and try. Let's say careful 3.
Okay.
Ah.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, man. I did not discover that aspect.
So I think
she discovers an aspect about you.
So I think what happens here, because you tried to create an aspect, and you've failed. You don't create or discover, or you do, but your opponent gets a free invocation. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to give me a free invocation for the Empress and like she notices you trying to notice her? Or do you want to just like not get an opportunity and hide before she spots you?
I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna take the fail, and she notices me.
Okay.
Being a not sneaky person. So.
Okay. All right. So I'll give you the aspect. She has
It's that Michael Jackson jacket. I swear, it's too bright.
um yeah. So I don't know which one you would notice in this case. What are you like when you look over at her, you see her just kind of like, sitting with her fingers tented, just watching the battle. What are you trying to learn about her? Like what? Because like she has aspects that I can tell you that are obvious.
Yeah.
If you can't think of a particular thing, then I've got a few that I could give you. But
So basically, like as I get up over this log, and I feel comfortable enough to do this because it seems like everyone is distracted by Rex and Quinn. It seems like that at least. So I lean up and I bring down my goggles, and they sort of like I just adjust them like this, and they zoom in on her, and it's very shadowy. Obviously, we're all sitting in shadows, and so it's very shadowy. But I'm trying. Like, does she have any weaknesses? Is there any blind spots that she has around her? A point that just a weakness. So, makes sense.
yeah, I think you go looking for that, but you don't see any. Like she's actually got more of her like vipers in the shadows, like protecting her.
Is that what I see instead?
No, you see some accoutrement that Quinn would be able to give you some cultural stuff around this, but I'll tell you what the aspect is, and then she'll get a free boost on it. So the aspect I'm going to let you know is that she has ancient serpentine sorceress.
Oh, great! That sounds
And
awesome.
I think that you see on her on both her arms the like ritual tattoos and scars of an order of sorcerers that are native to this planet, and she has learned their ways, and she sees you scoping her out. So she looks over and you just see these red eyes glowing in the dark as she locks eyes with you.
It's like one of those I'm looking her up and down. I'm looking around her. Then finally, I pan on her face and I just see her like just staring directly at me, and you just hear like, oh, yeah.
Cool. All right. So it's her turn. I've added her to the order, so she sees you,
Damn it.
and she just like extends her like jeweled fingers in your direction, and we see like a glow around her hand, and she like snaps her hand out, and these sort of shadowy green like serpents emerge from her hand and like rush towards you, Aurora. So she's gonna attack you, and she's gonna do so with forceful.
Kidding.
And how do you defend yourself? You see like energy snakes coming at you.
Oh yeah, energy snakes. This is great. Well, I've already gotten behind cover. I mean, that's the first thing I did is try to sneakily get behind cover. And I think as she does this, and I see these coming towards me, I think like the panic gets so strong in Aurora that she goes into that Zen moment of reaching that just like all emotion gets shut off. Like it just gets like completely shut off. And she creates, I don't know if she can do this, but she creates a sort of field right in front of her to try and stop them as she like still sits kind of hidden behind this rock or whatever it is, this broken ledge of stone.
Okay. Yeah. So you use your techno magic against her snake magic?
Yeah, my techno magic.
All right. So it sounds like this is a quick response. You're not thinking. It's just happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just like throw your arms up, and we get the kind of like wild talent magic field thing. So yeah, go ahead and defend with quick. All right.
What did she get? 2?
She got a 2. Yeah. I'm gonna start using my points. So I'm gonna use one of these points, and I'm gonna invoke precarious debris. So I think what happens is she like lunges out with her hands. These energy snakes fly towards you. You put your hands up, and this sort of pixelated like hexagon shaped like shield pops up. The snakes deflect off of it and hit the walls and the ceiling, and rubble starts to tumble down towards you. So I've got a 3, and you've got a 1. What are you gonna do? You gotta take some damage.
Can I actually use the precarious debris as well? Because I'm
you get a free shot on it. Yep, you can use it up.
I'm behind it already, and so I think what I do is I stoop lower behind this like fallen ledge of stone, and then I instead turn the shield upwards, and then I'm going to use my last point and say that I am a wild techno sorcerer, and while I might not have full control over my powers, they can be pretty strong at times. So
yeah, I don't think you even know it's like Aurora doesn't even know what's happening.
I don't even know what's going on. It's like another person right now.
Yeah.
Just throw your hands up as reflex and just sick magic comes out.
And then like my eyes get a little lighter. Like they're like this green, but they just get lighter.
Yeah, and there's like in the soundtrack, the noise that you make is like somewhere between the noise from the Inception trailer and like a modem sound. This kind of very like bit crushed, like kind of 8-bit noise. As the snakes are deflected and they hit the walls and the ceiling, and like rubble falls all around you, and you've got the little hexagon bubble that kind of fades. And she just looks at you and like tilts her head slightly, like interesting. And then we see her like gesture to her assassins, like, go and get her for me. And like some of them like slither out towards you. But Rex, you can stop them because you've got their attention. What are you gonna do?
Are they attacking me, or are they just?
No, not yet. You were like running towards them. You've got their attention, and now it's your turn. So.
I'm gonna attack the Empress.
Okay. How?
Rex he like hits one of them with a flurry of punches and kind of like ducks under their swing and runs straight past them towards the Empress. And you can see like as he runs past, there's like this terrifying grin on his face, and he pulls his goggles down, which means shit's getting real. And he jumps at the base of the tail that's wrapped around the pillar and just gives it a good old chomp.
And then you just sink your teeth into her tail?
Sink my teeth into her tail.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it sounds like you're attacking quickly. Oh, dear.
Not quickly enough, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So her tail like flicks out as you come running towards her, and tries to just like knock you aside. Yeah, you get swatted hard. So
Plus
you can run.
5?
She's a huge deal. Attacking her is like a big mistake.
Hey,
you learn that now.
Like 20 feet equals slow. All right, let's just put this into practice.
Yeah, no, she's crazy powerful. So you run over to her, and yeah, she's just like her big black tail just kind of snaps out and hits you, and you get thrown onto the floor. And she just like looks down at you, and you can see the kind of like green mist swirling around both her arms, and her eyes are glowing red.
Okay.
The beast is going to try to kill Quinn.
Oh god.
So again, forceful attack. You're on it, Quinn. I think he's going to try to throw you against the wall, like because you're on his back. So he kind of like lunges backwards to try to cram you into the back wall of the chamber. What do? You got a 5 attack coming in.
So I'm still on his back though, right? Like I'm still up behind him.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to try to hold on and not allow him to rip me off. Like I'm trying to, and if anything, I'm trying to grab onto his collar. So if he pulls me, he's pulling his own neck.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like probably forceful. Just using brute muscular strength. Okay. So you're looking at, you got one to deal with. Do you want to take fill the 2 stress box?
I would like to use let's go with Disgraced Guardian in order to I'm a effing guardian. Like I'm gonna hold on to this guy. Like this is like I will not give up. Like I'm not gonna let him toss me off like I'm just some low lizard man. I'm like the pinnacle of lizarddom.
Okay. Yeah, your training as a guardian has taught you to fight great beasts like this. You remember that one time the Guardians of Serpentis were on a planet that was ruled by these. It was one of the vassal planets. Maybe cut to this. You ruled by this vassal planet, and it was run over by like giant apes. And one of the counselors was out, and he maybe had too much, gorillan liquor, and you were taking care of him, you were protecting him that night, and he was attacked by assassins from this planet, and you had to fight these big creatures to defend him. And you remember that fight, and you do the same maneuver. You like pull on the collar and like almost get slammed, but you avoid the hit, and now it is your turn. What are you gonna do?
I want to rip the collar off of him, and I would like to use Sparky's in your corner as well for this.
Yeah, so you can roll
Sparky,
first. You roll first, and then you can pile on the aspects.
Yeah, I want to.
You have a free shot of Sparky's in your corner, shock treatment, return to the Blick Snort. So lots to use. All right, so you got a forceful 3. Okay. What is the action? So you're trying to yank the like collar off of it, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to wherever the collar's attached. I'm trying to just snap that part completely off.
Yeah, and you're like
so it just falls off of him.
Riding on him like a rodeo. Okay. I think that he would resist here. He's resisting with forceful because he's just gonna try to throw you off.
Great.
So I'm probably roll okay. Oh, that's a big one.
Okay. I want to use Sparky's in your corner.
Okay. So how does Sparky help you?
Sparky jumps on and starts pulling off the collar with me too. Like I'm ripping it from like the sides, and Sparky's like in the middle pulling one of the sides as well. And so there's like a little tiny dog under me as we're ripping this thing off.
He thinks it's tug of war.
Right, yeah.
It really is. And then I want to use gimme shock treatment as well if I can. Because I am like it's still going off, and like the shock is just making me it's like hurting me to the point where I'm like even more enraged, and like ripping it, like it the pain helps me like focus my anger into like making it stop by disconnecting it.
Cool. Okay. All right. So you're at 7 against my 8 now.
And I would like to use I'd like to use another. Well, I'd like to use.
You've got return. You've got 2 uses of return to the Blick Snort, and you have 1 more fate point left.
I'd like to use my fate point.
Okay.
To help me rip this off, and just again, Disgraced Guardian. Just I'm a strong ass MFer, and I'm gonna rip this damn thing off. So help me God.
Okay. All right. So you've got a 9 against my 8, so I'll fill another stress box. And yeah, there's just like lightning, just like shocking off of the two of you. You're being like thrown around. The thing is roaring. The whole building is shaking, and you can feel it starting to give. You can feel its freedom from this thing starting to happen. So far, it's marked two of its 3 stress boxes, you're locked in combat with it. Aurora, what do you want to do?
I'd like to run.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
That's
I mean,
the thing you
I
can do.
see these serpent dudes coming after me, right?
Yes, they're gonna. I mean, they can't because they're kind of like. Well, I guess Rex left them to go fight the Empress. So yeah, some of them are gonna chase after you.
Whoa. I know their nature. All right.
Mhm.
They're
Would you
sworn to
like-
the Empress.
Would you like to compel them to stay to fight the Empress, Rex? Oh wait, you can't. You don't have any fate points.
No, but maybe.
Damn.
Oh shit!
Somebody
I
else
was gonna say. I was gonna say Pokket can, but I realized she can't either.
No,
Fuck.
you're all out of points except Eugene. So Dodger could get in here and start throwing some compels around. But yes, Dodger, if you'd like to use some of your fate points to compel Sworn to the Empress or Ancient Serpentine Sorceress, those are available on these NPCs to compel to tell me what to do with them.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I could do that since
Yes.
like you guys are in like an initiative order. I was
Super
like,
doesn't
but
matter.
it's never gonna be
Nope.
my turn. Okay.
Anytime you want. This is when you get to backseat GM me and be like, "Yo, Adam, I don't think they would chase Pocket because they're sworn to the Empress." And then I have to
This
either
is how you help us in this fight.
I have to
Right.
either say no, they totally go after Pocket. Here, take one of my fate points, or I have to take the fate point and be like, "Fine, they don't. They stay and fight Rex."
Well, Adam,
Yes.
I don't think that they go after Pocket.
No. You think that their
No.
duty to the Empress is?
Yeah, I
okay.
think that they're sworn to the Empress. So
Um, the Empress did just give them a direct command, and so I think they're going to go and chase after her. So you can have one of my precious fate points.
Yes, keep
Okay.
robbing him.
That's how that works. All right. So Aurora, you want to run, right?
No. I was
Where do you
thinking-
run? Where do you run to, or do you want to stay and fight them?
I'm actually. I have this shield that I have created.
Well,
that-
you didn't really create the shield. Like you create it for a second and then it goes
The
away.
second it is gone. Well, the
Yeah.
debris fell, and I want to say that as the debris is falling, I want to use it as a way to get away from them, like to run maybe towards Rex and away from them. That way, I'll have some sort of cover. But as it's like falling down from the ceiling and creating sort of like a fence between us or a barrier of sorts, kind of like a maze, kind of like what you would do in Battlegrounds. Whenever you use the hillsides and the debris to block you from another person
Use it.
shooting at you.
Using your game skills. Yeah, totally.
I'm
I
trying-
think.
I want to say I'm trying to I think I'm cleverly doing this, knowing that they're going to have trouble getting to me if I put barriers constantly between.
What's your goal here? Like, what are you creating an aspect like debris maze, or are you trying to escape from them? Like, what do you want? Like, you as a player, what do you want for your turn?
What do you
Yeah,
want?
what do you want right
me? What do you want? I want to get away from them. I want them to sort of get trapped in this maze that I'm running through right now as I'm trying to get away from them, and work.
Okay, those are two different things, right? You can slow them down with the maze, and that would be creating an aspect like maze of debris or whatever, or you can make an opposed roll and try to get away. I'll just like have them chase you out into the city.
Oh, I definitely don't want to get away from my buddies. So yeah, no, I'm gonna slow them down in this maze.
Okay, all right. So you're trying to create an aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll. It's clever for sure, and I'd say difficulty 2 because you're just complicating the scene.
Oh my God, what
That's
is
a
wrong
one.
with me?
That's definitely a 1. Yeah.
Can you
so
just
you
give me
don't
back good luck dice, please?
you don't have any points left either. So
No.
So when you fail, what do you want? Do you want to not discover the aspect, or do you want to create the maze anyway? But I'll get a free shot on it.
I just don't want to discover it then.
Okay, all right. So instead, you like turn, look around, look for a way to get out as these black snake creatures come slithering towards you,
Well,
and it's just a moment of there's nowhere to go.
Human being though, since I'm a human being and I sometimes am naturally prone to clumsiness, I actually turn to run and I trip over a piece of debris that fell behind me, and so
Nice, yeah.
I don't actually end up creating a maze or going through
Yeah.
this maze.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you sort of stagger as they come hissing towards you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the lady Vash has the Empress has sent her servants to retrieve you. But I think that she's Rex, you've got her attention, right? Because you're like, I'm gonna try to bite you, and she swats you out of the way.
That's right, bitch. I'm down here.
Yeah, I think
down
she
here.
looks at you, and I think she's going to try to restrain you with her sorcery. So she like looks down and like leans out with her fingers, and this serpents of smoke like slide down towards you to try to grab you. How are you gonna defend yourself?
Let's do
Flex your muscles. Use your charm.
flashy.
Nice.
Okay, how do you what does your flash look like? How do you defend yourself flashily?
I think Rex like gets slapped away by this tower and he's kind of like on one knee, and then he sees like the serpents riding towards him, and I think he just does like a surprisingly, athletic backwards handspring to just like evade the spell.
Nice. Okay. All right. So yeah, you can roll to defend flashily. She's willing to grab you with her magic. Oh, that's a big roll. That's a big old roll
Jesus
right
You
there.
roll a 9? Sir?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you roll below a 5, please?
It's impossible actually on this roll,
All right,
unless I get a bunch of
let's do
minuses, I guess.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
I have a 7 because when I'm compelling Herrick, I got a +2 when defending flashily as long as there's an audience present.
Mhm.
And then
You don't got no points.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't. But
You do have one free boost on eyes up here.
Yeah. Isn't that only for the gods though?
No, it's just for you.
Yeah.
It's
all right,
basically
let's do
to
it.
draw attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a tie, right? Because I
Mhm.
got a name. Okay.
9 apiece.
All right. So you definitely have her attention. And a tie on an attack, I think means she just gets a boost. And let me make sure. Tie. Attack doesn't harm the target, but I gain a boost. I'm gonna give her a boost. What should we call it? Like you've got her attention, you're like her little plaything. Yeah, I'm gonna call it that, a new plaything. So she doesn't quite get you, and you dodge out of the way, and she sees you, like you dodge out of the way of her snakes, and then she's like, interesting. And you've got her attention, and so she's like turns her full attention on you while the beast deals with Quinn. And I think she's gonna try and come after you. So cool. All right. It's your turn, Rex. What are you gonna do?
Rex narrowly dodges this writhing, binding explosion in front of him, and he kind of like looks up at like this towering snake lady, and Martin's on his breath like, all right, fuck that. Plan B. And he sees Aurora being chased, and he sees Quinn, and Quinn's locked with Nega Quinn, and
Yeah.
he can see that Quinn is like reaching for this collar, and he just makes a break for the two lizard men with the intention of just sliding underneath them while they're grappling and just like ripping this collar off as he goes.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
trying to like head to help Aurora.
So do you want to make your own attack on the big beast?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I could see this being a flashy or a quick attack, whichever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go for a quick boy.
Yeah. I figured. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Now he's not gonna be able to defend forcefully because he doesn't have like a firm hold on you. You're not like up in his face like Quinn is. So I'll roll his quick. It's not gonna be nearly as good as he's usually rolling. So let's see how he defends himself.
Come on. All right.
I got one. All right. So you got me
Damn.
by 2. You don't have anything to boost, so I've got to absorb a 2. So I'm gonna take a consequence.
I got my 3, right?
You got a 4. Yeah, by 3. But it's the same thing. I don't have to. Oh, you have to fill a 4 consequence. Okay. So I will do that. I'll fill his level 4 consequence. And what do you think that consequence should be called? Remember, these are. This is an aspect that you, Rex, will be able to tag to get a +2.
Can
on
I,
attack
instead of
against him.
doing damage, can I just rip this collar off?
You can. It can be part of it. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, the thing is, the collar on and the collar off, fictionally is important, but it won't stop him from fighting. Like that. That is
No. But I know this is what Quinn is trying to do. So in Rex's mind, it's like this is going to make the fight easier for him. Clearly, this is what he's trying to do. He's not fighting him. He's trying to get this collar.
Sure. Okay.
So
So we'll
Rex
get
just
rid
wants to
of
get this collar and then just like head to help Aurora.
the shock treatment one because he's not being shocked anymore. And he'll take a consequence of let's call it unmotivated. So That's one aspect that he has now, and I'll make a note of it on the board. Rex gets a free shot on it, but anybody else can use points if they have them to do it. So the beast, unmotivated. You can also, it's an aspect like any other. You can also compel it. So
cool. All right, so you just see like Quinn and Nega Quinn like locked in a grapple, and you see Rex just like run through the archway that is their bodies, and he just like yanks the collar off and kind of rolls backwards, and you hear him just yell, "I got you, bud!" And then he just like runs off towards Aurora.
okay, cool.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Dudley.
I was gonna ask if I could. Can I compel the two lizards by utilizing like aspects in the scene?
No. You can only compel based on the aspects of a character.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, like you could compel the beast to be unmotivated. You could compel the vipers based on their swearing to the Empress. If you can think of a way to compel ancient serpentine sorceress, you can. And that's what. And then anything from anybody else's sheet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the beast, the collar gets torn from it, and it like grabs at its throat. And it realizes that it's free. I think that it just like lashes out. And this time it's not directly attacking you, Quinn. It's just kind of like lunging out into the open, kind of with this like directionless rage. So he is attacking. I think this time he's attacking Rex as Rex goes by. So Rex, how do you defend yourself? How do you defend yourself, Rex? I got a 8. What are you gonna do?
Oh shit!
You're muted, honey.
Sorry. What am I being hit with? By the lizard man?
Yeah. the beast.
An 8?
Yeah.
Fuck me. Let's do flashy.
Okay. How do you defend flashily?
I mean, I think I just attempt to like front flip over his like claw swing,
Right.
and make it out the other side because I'm still in momentum.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
All
Just
right.
some more cool gymnastics.
Yep. Okay, so that's a 6.
Yep. Now you can just take the hit, right? Like a stress box.
I'll take
stress boxes
2
are not
stress.
that big a deal. Yeah.
I'll take 2 stress.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it's not the cleanest of 8. I
No.
like managed to get
No.
over, but like I
You
definitely
don't really
get...
stick the landing. You kind of get knocked over. Okay. So Quinn, it's turned its attention on Rex for a second. The collar's been torn free. What are you gonna do?
So, I'm still on him. Yes.
Yeah. You're like clinging to his back and his shoulder. You were cutting the collar from one side.
Yeah. So as he is just in a crazy, wild rage, he suddenly behind him feels like someone stroking him and like hugging him and holding on to him. And he hears in his ear, like cut to a flash of Quinn's previous friend who died at his feet. And he was unable to say it then, but he says it to this guy now. He whispers in his ear that he loves him, and he gives him a big hug. And he's he's like, "You're my brother." And I want to I don't know what that would be. I don't know what skill that would be, but I want to calm him down because
Sure.
we're the same. Even though he's this crazy brute, I'm not the last one now.
Yeah.
I love this dude.
So if you want to, I mean, I think you like Eugene, because the collar has been removed, right? So the Empress, if she wants to motivate him again, she doesn't have that direct approach anymore. You could compel the beast to be unmotivated to fight. You could just stop this fight now if you want to try to spend a point. I could always say no. I'd have to give you my point, but
Right.
that's an option.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that if this didn't work out, but I can just do it now.
Yeah, totally.
Sure. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to compel this beast to, like in that moment, just feel that there's no reason to fight. That this madness that overcame him has like sort of dissipated, especially because they aren't looking in one another's eyes. I would say because like this embrace is like really tight and he's not looking directly at him anymore. He's just experiencing this embrace that he just suddenly feels like no will to fight anymore.
Yeah, it's perfect. So here's how that plays out. So Quinn, you're like holding him, you're like, you're my brother, I love you. And he falls to one knee and his fist like drops into the sand next to the pillar, which is now like cracked and broken. And we can see the blood-stained stones. And he reaches up and grabs you and holds you out in front of him, like kind of in his hands. And he looks at you and you look up. And I think for the first time you realize that while this thing has been like, mutated and tortured and crafted in your image, the eyes that you're looking into, they look familiar, not because they're your eyes, but because they're the eyes of your brother. And we get a flashback to like you're gone from the room, and the Empress is sitting there looking at the dead body, and the senators have all left, and her guards like slither up his head and they grab the body of your friend who isn't actually dead. Like he gasps from pain, and they drag him off. And she's like, yes, good. And like they drag him away to her secret lab to be like mutated with sorcery. And he reaches up and he touches his chest, and you can see, like, because you're saying before, like all scars over time heal, but this one hasn't. You see on his chest is his like chest plate. There's the piercing wound from the spear of the Empress, and he like grabs his chest and he looks up like past you and he like sets you down. And he looks like sad, like maybe a tear wells in his lizard eye and like slides down his cheek.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's probably a great scene to end it on, right? Of just like him looking up, and there's this moment of like, how's he going to react and like what's going to happen as he looks up towards the queen, and then we cut to credits.
Aurora wipes a tear away.
Yup.
Man, 50 years of being tormented. He's your Winter Soldier, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Little Bucky.
Oh, Bucky,
he's your Bucky, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
Bucky. Awesome. Nice. So that I gotta give credit where credit's due. That he's gotta be that guy's brother thing. That's a last minute Skype message from Sam. That's all Strippin. Sam just like dunked it on me. I was like, oh, I have a message. What's oh yeah, all right. Thanks. Good work.
Sam's good at those. Sam's good at those sly, like, hey, maybe think about this.
Yeah, hey, maybe this happens. Yeah, awesome, cool. Well, good work, everybody. Nice job narrating your way out of that fight. Because if you're gonna try to fight the Empress and this thing all at once, well, I mean, maybe you still have to fight her. We'll see. She's got some interest.
She's terrifying, dude. So. +6 to speed. I'm outclassed.
Yeah, she's got.
I don't want to be here anymore. Speed's all I have. All kinds
of stab bonuses.
Speed's my thing, dude. You take that away.
Yeah.
I tried to be the support you guys needed, and I failed every roll.
Okay. She's interested in you too.
Doesn't matter. We did it.
It's like, well, what kind of magic was that? Yeah, you had her curiosity before, but
meanwhile, Eugene's in the middle of the desert with a slime mullet and pink skin.
And a mustache.
But yeah, being rolled
like
out on the ground and like baked, turned over. Yeah, they're trying to make you as disgusting as possible.
Yeah, maybe there's like a little extra scene, like the credits start to roll, and there's like a little extra scene where I go, so I guess like if I look like this, you guys wouldn't want anything to do with me, huh? Probably just let me do whatever I wanted, huh? And they're like, ha.
I'm trying to find out who said it first. I think it was Lotterio. The name of this episode has to be The Winter Soldier. It's too good. It's too fucking good.
That's so good.
Nice work. All right, let's do some shout outs, and then we'll go and record our Patreon video. Why don't we start with the our new religious leader, Eugene. I just want to say before you get onto your shout outs there, Dodger, thank you for hanging out that last act and like being engaged in the process, even though you weren't on screen. I always appreciate that. So thank you.
Yeah, sorry that I wasn't more useful. I think that I'm still a little bit confused on how how compels work when you're in like an initiative style like situation.
Yeah, compelling. We can talk a little bit more about it in the Patreon video, but compelling ignores initiative order. You can just like, if you have an idea, you can just shout it out. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Speaking of shouting out.
Hello everybody. It's your favorite neighborhood gross slime boy, and thanks for watching. I do anime stuff. I do gaming stuff. I stream. I YouTube. I would love it if you would come and hang out. And of course, as always, thank you to Adam and Pokket and Jesse and Sam and JP and the whole team, because this show is super duper fun and I love it every week. So I hope that you'll either catch up if this is your first episode or keep watching if you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thanks, Dodger. Sam?
What's up, guys? I'm Sam. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Strippin and hit me up on the Twitters at Strippin. I play video games all day, every day. I really need a hobby, but I don't have one, so I just play video games. This show is amazing. So much happens every episode that if you have missed any, you should go and watch them on JP's YouTube channel, because literally we can visit a planet and leave by the end of an episode, and you just missed it. So yeah, this show's crazy. I love it. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Jesse?
Hi, everyone. Boy, every week this show is just a real treat of silliness and weirdness and lizard man emotions. So I'm thrilled as always to be here and be a part of it. And yeah, man, it's fun playing with friends and getting to do crazy, silly shit with them and knowing that you're all on the same weird page. It's fun when Sam can immediately say something and you're like, that's where I was going, bro. I'm glad we're connected. Yeah. So this is a blast, and thank you all for watching it and continue to do so. It's a ton of fun.
Cool. Thanks, Jesse. And last but not least, Pokket.
Hi, I'm Pokket. I do the same. I play way too many video games and get way too into them and maybe a little ragey. But I've had a lot of fun. I think learning about Quinn's planet has been fun. I think I also was really quiet the past 2 episodes because it's sort of like the unfolding of Quinn and learning about him. And I don't want to I need to get better at maybe like the side commentary like today. Just like the Eugene commentary, like, yeah, get him. Yeah. I mean,
Find your inner Eugene, Pokket.
I need to channel my inner Eugene. But find me at twitch.tv/Pokket, and I game almost every day. And yeah, I like being here as well. I've had a lot of fun. It's kind of like playing a movie, very long movie.
A series of movies. Yeah.
Series of movies, yes. So it's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Thank you, Pokket. I'm just starting up the Q&A thread. So if you have questions about the show, about the system, about any of that stuff, we do a Q&A thread over at community.imejp.com at the end of every episode. So go check that out. Ask some questions. I like it when people post fan art or just pictures of lizards they think look like the lizards from the game. Go do that. You can find me when I'm not right here running Nebula Jazz, running Court of Swords. Same place, different time. And over at my channel, twitch.tv/Adam Koebel. I don't play a lot of video games. I play a lot of role-playing games. So if you like that, then good on you. You can find me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost. I, unlike some of my peers, have hobbies. My hobby is photography. If you want to look at my pictures, check out my Instagram. It's mostly cute pictures of me. I took them myself. That'll be it for this week. We're going to go record the Patreon video, which is one way you can support RollPlay. Check it out at patreon.com/RollPlay. And if you haven't already, in the span of the last 4 hours, bought a t-shirt, go buy a Nebula Jazz t-shirt. You can do that now. teespring.com/stores/RollPlay. I'm just trying to take all the things that JP was going to say on the outro and give him nothing to say. So I think I've got it more or less covered. I think he's playing Dark Souls after this.
Oh,
anyway.
also his Papa John's didn't arrive.
Well, yeah, his pizza didn't arrive, so he'll probably talk about that. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. This has been episode 8 of Nebula Jazz. It has been a delight as always. We will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.